because I just have like 6 buttons to press and it's still too much. What up? We're starting, and we're starting up our YouTube. It says starting and it's green. It was red before. Anyway, so my parents were listening. Good evening to all of the YouTube listeners. Welcome aboard. Sorry for running late. We started at 9:02. It is 9:05. Tonight's video is called Stunting in St. Augustine, and it's because the Clown Prince of Lekoto is in St. Augustine tonight, trying to explain the incapacity of his government to govern. But we come back to that. I need you, those of you on YouTube, I need you to share, email, however you get the information out. Let them know that we're live on YouTube and they could join you. You guys on Facebook are going to become bipolar. You guys on Facebook, you all know what you all need to do. And while all of that happening, bacchanal time. Anyway, share the video, send it viral, or what we pass for viral. Share it to all the groups, share it on your page. Flow all specialists. Flow all your special. I see in some people who not paying rent, who catching their ass to pay for the car, who can't buy school books for the children, talking about iPhone 10. Hey, let me tell you something, eh? Stay in all your lane, you know. Trinidad is a sufferer's paradise right now. Don't feel fancy phone got full belly. If I had a chance to sell my, what I have, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, what I don't know, if I had a chance to trade it in for iPhone 3 and get change, I doing that tonight. Listen, don't be foolish trying to pose with an expensive phone for other people to thief and sell. You see this wrongs here now? Slow your roll. Let me tell you something. Take pride in your catch ass. Rebuild, regroup, start over. Do not let yourself get caught up in trying to keep up with other people when you can't afford it. Now is not the time for them games. They have no bailout there. All the friends that you think you're going to turn to and all the family that you think you're going to turn to, them catching ass too. So be very careful. Tell them, hold your iPhone 10. I need my phone to recognize my face. I need all that. They say, don't forget this, poor people stay poor playing rich. Rich people stay rich acting poor. The people most likely to use deals, shop on sales, buy in bulk, look for the best price, complain to the manager, ask for discount, cut out coupons. The people most likely to do that are the very wealthy. Learn from them. Success leaves clues. Before I switched to an iPhone, I had a BlackBerry. I think I had the last BlackBerry in Trinidad. All the chrome had fallen off, or some of the numbers was missing, and I wasn't switching. I was taking it to the end, and then one day it just gave up. I had no choice. So I had to get a new phone, and I got an iPhone then. And again, I take that this well, you can't see my laptop, but my laptop is a MacBook Pro. I on my third battery, third screen, I changed the speakers. I had to change the speakers. She still looks showroom with a ding or two. And you know what? If you have the ultra latest and you get a heart attack and dead tonight, somebody inherited. If you have the ultra latest and you get a stroke, who using it? Stop that foolishness. Stop it now. Stop it now. The port jam up with cars again. Because Trinidadians think, I need to get the latest series of letter. What madness is that? Drive your car till the mechanic tell you, bro, you gotta put her to sleep, you know. Drive your car till then. Drive your car till then. I had an uncle used to drive a car and he used to have a ball of twine in the car by the dashboard. A ball of twine. When I see a ball of twine, he had a ball of twine and a little scissors. And that was because he had no lock on the door and they stopped making that car. So he couldn't get a lock. And he had tried to use a bolt, but that wasn't working. So he used to have to tie himself in the car. Every time he stopped. Tie himself to come out. Untie himself to come out. Stop impressing people you don't know. They don't know you. They don't care about you. I keep saying, I had get caught up in that, you know. Let me tell you now, your boy was a jackass, you know. When I tell you I was a jackass. Anyway, as get away these messages while on to distract me, people. Anyway, I had the first Razor when Motorola had bring out Razor 8. And that was a silver phone. Me and my partner Edmund Moy, we was down like that. We was down stunting, all you think, all you could have stunt. And then they bring out the black Razor. We had the first black Razor in Trinidad, boy. We could have both. You know what it get me? Nothing. I used to drive a 5 Series BMW. Like me said, 5 Series BMW. And every time it's time to tune up that car is $5,000. And I say, but what the hell is this, boy? This car going to bankrupt me. And I'm not getting the kind of leverage that I thought I would get from driving a 5 Series BMW. Because watch me, when you're driving a 5 Series BMW, everything more expensive. I couldn't wait to sell that car. Now, I drive a van. I drive a van. You can get parts for my car in Hilo. And I'm happy. I don't wait 6 months. But anyway, I'm just saying to you, let your own brand be powerful. Your own brand. Let that be strong. Don't get chained up. Don't feel like having, and let me tell you, new car smell nice, but it has come at a price. It's like eating out. Now, I should be the last person to talk about this because I eat out a lot. But all the people who serve me, they will tell you, that man is by cheap. And I'm sorry, but I'm cheap. I want to get value for my money, and I'm not doing it to impress nobody anymore. I don't even know what is in style. Right now, fitted, slack, tall, short, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So I was just wearing my clothes. And I was wearing my shoes till the shoes give up. I have in my cupboard clothes 25 years old. And I know I buy a sweater. I give it all you want to laugh at me. I buy the last turtleneck sweater. Last time turtleneck was in style. From Everett Carter, he had a store in Long Circular Mall. You remember how many years ago that was? I ain't wear it yet, you know. And it there. And it waiting. When turtleneck come back in style, I ready. But I buy that. It ain't going nowhere. People saying they don't love cheap man. There's not being about cheap man. I treat people nice. Don't worry. It's not cricks and cheese every day. And then, right. People telling me, you know, listen, slowly roll. And when I say I'm a cheap man, I like to get value for money. Most evenings after the gym, I go downstairs in Starlight Drugs. All the ladies know me. They have a counter in front, Starlight Drugs. And whoever not selling, there's band 2 of them together. I check in there out. Now, they have a reason some of these things don't sell. They're there buy a protein bar, partner. Watch now. You know, when you're making countertop, they have this kind of chipboard that's used to make countertop, and then there's glue on the formica. Well, this tastes like, without the formica, just the glue on the chipboard, it tastes like that. And it's two, because it comes band together. I say, yes, boy. Well, you know why this one is sell, because, but anything that on special, I try in it. 2 for 1, well, I ain't that. It expired 3 days ago. This was a suggestion. They already mean today, if it expired today, throw it away. You have a little time. You have a little time. I mean, that kicks in, but a serious though, this is not time. If you're a 1%er like yourself, I share a video today. A man have 2 Ferrari, 3, somebody say you have more Bentley than Solo. 3 Bentley, BMW. This man have car from Carland. You know what? Big up yourself, bro. If you had the money and you could afford it, because trust me, when you're dead and you reach the pearly gate, St. Peter say, so tell me where you was driving now. Lay your boy in, tell me now. I cannot justify some of the things that we as a people do any longer, and I do not know how to change it. I asked somebody today, I do not know how to reach the desperately poor. I don't know how to reach them. They're actually defending it. They're defending the abuse. They're defending the abusers, and I do not know how to help them. I do not know. I do not know. I don't know how to get them to understand that all of the 1%ers, or the vast majority of the 1%ers, get our money because you defending foolishness. Because you are saying, and I had to tell somebody today, and those of you who don't like the rape analogy, I don't know what else to use. But coming out from PNM to look to vote UNC again is not to end the rape, you know, it's just to change the rapists. PNM, UNC, same nonsense. You know it by now. I don't tell you this. I don't have to tell you this, you know. You know this, you know this. But people can't suffer like they suffer in this country and not know that something wrong. People can't suffer. You see, the same way I tell the people of Goodwood Park and Shorelands and Bayshore and Glencoe, always drive past Cocorite, always drive past Waterhole. When you're going DDI, you pass about 30,000 desperately poor people on the right-hand side, you know. You just don't know. Living up them hills. Manically poor. But they pass your communities too. I wonder to myself, what do they think when they see all that pretty thing? Because as much as you want to vex, you can't say everybody thief. I know some very, very hardworking people who deserve everything they have. Yes, they have some real sons of bitches in this country, and we will deal with that if we get a chance. But you can't tell me that the vast majority of people living in poverty, that it is impossible to reach them because I'm not black. That can't be true. Because if that is the point, they're dead. Because there's never been one black leader in this country, not one, that told Trinidadian grandchildren of Africa the truth. Not one. So if they're waiting on the rise of somebody who knows what I know and talks like I talk, but black, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. You know what I'm telling you? And I don't know how to just say, you know what, brother, you like your squalor, keep it. Vote for Rowley. Line up. PNMize yourself. I don't know how to get them to ask a question. Like, how come the whole top 1% of the PNM don't look like we? How come? They don't ask? Are you trying to tell me? Because The last best president of the United States was a black man. Most of the important inventions in the world, black people invented. In fact, science, astronomy, astrology, language, black people had that first. When you see Zeus, the statue of Zeus, with his curly beard and his curly hair, what do you think that is? That's not flowing locks. That is afro. All of we come from Africa. So, a black man invent traffic lights. We'd be still bouncing one another if it wasn't for that. And I had to make a joke to say the thing serious. The people of this country cannot be so stupid. There is no way the people in this country can be so stupid. They cannot be so stupid, because I would have to admit that I have wasted an incredible amount of my life trying to get people to understand their rights, what they're entitled to, how they should have it, how we should be living. I would have wasted all this time. I honestly would have wasted all this time. And I want to say this, the advent of West Moorings, and then the gated communities, and then things like Movie Town, and then the purple velvet rope outside clubs, all those things that segregated society and separated us a little more every time, it had the impact of taking the national conversation and dividing it by race. So we've isolated these people. We no longer have a conversation with them unless we employ them, and they're looking up to us as advantage. One time, that man, my salary. So besides exchanging labor for money, I had to challenge the fact that no matter what he paid me, he had paid me enough. That is our mindset. And a lot of the employers are responsible for them having that mindset, because a lot of employers think employee is another word for slave. So I will pay you just enough to survive, not a cent more. We together, I don't know whose plan it was, not mine, we together mash up Trinidad and Tobago. When you go in Belmont and St. James and Woodbrook and communities like that in the north, you all have your communities west of the lighthouse. I wasn't there, but you all know it. But when you go in Diego Martin, Petite Valley, when you go in these communities, people grow up together. In a community, rich and poor, black and white, brown, green, and every shade in between, every religion, all lived together. Nobody had to stunt. Nobody had to pose. Who had more, share more. We lived like that. You all remember? Bring back the old time days. It's not bullshit. And during the recession, we demonstrated that we could have survived as a people. The real recession, not Column's fake recession. This bullshit that we tolerating here while the certain Kabbalists that finance this clown prince of Lekoto and his bandit clan feed in. This recession that driving people out of business so a certain group could pick up everybody's agencies and whatever businesses they had, buy up the property. That's what this recession is for. They experienced it in the 80s. They want to redo it. This is recession 2.0. Return of the calm. Stick a pen. Until we get back to a place where we understand the collective, because we don't. It's too easy for us to stunt. When I tell you that, there are few people I despise more than egoists. I hate to see people flaunt their success. You have to be a special kind of asshole if you don't understand that when your table is full, you have a responsibility to build a bigger table. Because if you don't build a bigger table, you'll have to build a stronger door. And it takes a special kind of asshole to think their family safe in a gated community, not understanding that if they don't make sure that they're safe outside of it, they're not safe at all. And that is not to say that poor people are supposed to be preying on rich people. But I am saying that we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to get back to a place, all of us, where our ego is less about I and more about we. You could tell successful people. Successful people, it's not about the brands they have, because the branders and the brand wearers and the brand drivers, when they're dead, no matter how much full page ad you take out, you could take out the center spread in the Guardian, front and back. Let them make a special edition. All the pages is for you. I guarantee you in a week, nobody remember you. But the people who live their lives with compassion and empathy for those around them, who shared the bounty of their good fortune with others, those to whom many others say, that person, that is a good man, their name live on. You don't know roles, Bentley. Be a better person in your community. In your community. You have the biggest house and the biggest yard, good. You have the biggest car, nice. The biggest fridge, and it's full with the biggest food, good. And you still have money, help. Help. Help in your street. They treat you like a king. You will understand what royalty means. Go out there and help. Help people. James, your car break down? Take it by my mechanic. Tell him I send you. He will fix you up nice. Were you having a problem with your roof? My boys will come and hook you up. Because you see, if we start back living like one people, a lot of the problems that we have solved, When I raised the issue about the little boys washing windows by Super Farm, them in Cocorit vexed for me saying it, and I can't blame them. They're not accustomed to people seeing them as anything but pest, parasite, or an opportunity to get my window clean, paying them nuisance tax. And that's okay, but I have to keep asking, what happens if they grow up without an education? What happens if they grow up and they don't get another hustle to segue to? Where do they get their money? And you want to know why we have crime? We creating crime. We creating crime. We've done, by our selfishness, by our racism, by our greed, by our need to separate ourselves by ego and stunt, we've done this to our nation. We've done it. So now, there are generations that don't know each other, that come from different parts of Trinidad and Tobago, minutes away from each other, have no interaction with each other. So now, they see themselves as combatants in some kind of weird, bizarre game. This country is no longer one people. We need to get back that. We need to get back to that. I don't care if you're the blackest man in Trinidad or the most Indian and your father was on the Fatal Razak. I don't care. I don't care what your story is. We have an opportunity. We do. We have an opportunity to fix this land. And it starts with the choices we make. And how we treat each other. Because if we don't get back to a place where every creed and race could find an equal place, you could change political parties every other week. It ain't gonna fix you. And who tell you otherwise They're lying to you. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust me when I tell you that. Rudy Paul, you're very late. Sign the book.
I am the seed of the father. He is the seed of the grandfather, who is the seed of Bahut Acha. He came from Calcutta, a stick and a bag on his shoulder. He took banana capra. So I am party of India. India. The Indians worship on the slavery, bind together to resist in unity. There was no more mother Africa, no more mother India, just mother Trinity. My Mahuta Japlan with sugar cane, down in the Caroni plain, Ram Logan Bastel Bakashana, Jahajibai.
Brotherhood of the boat. Exactly, Brian Stone. Those two parties, if racism and tribal voting end today, both collapse. They have no ideology, no philosophy, no principle or policy that they could fool you with other than vote for we because we look like you.
I would be a disgrace to Allah if I choose race without color. Bahut Aja had to make that journey for I to have sympathy. So it is a great privilege to have such unique heritage. 50% African.
And this Suko, the name of this song is Jahajibai by Brother Marvin.
I have no duty to holiday, emancipation and arrival day. Since Patel ransacked that journey, 150 years gone already. Whether you're Hindu, Muslim or Christian,
Let's walk this land hand in hand
we could only prosper
if we try. Brotherhood of the boat. All of we come from somewhere. Except the Amerindians who we meet here. And them and all must come by canoe. One see in the stunt in St. Augustine. See if we talking national unity. See if we talking one people under one flag. Go and listen to the foolishness, the divide and rule nonsense that they still peddling. And let them know more. How we vote is not how we party. Miss me with that bullshit. One people under one flag. The future of Trinidad and Tobago is in one people under one flag. Join hands with your neighbor.
Talking back to African descendant, if you want to know the truth, take a trip back to your root. And somewhere on that journey, you go see a man in a dhoti, saying it prayers in front of a chandi. Chandi. Then and only then you'll understand what is a cosmopolitan nation.
This land.
There's no room for prejudice at all. United we stand, divided we fall. So to all races here in Trinbago, Akokaliano Danyaho, let us live as one under the sky.
A Jahajibai.
Brotherhood of the boat. Brotherhood of the boat.
Y'all know this Saturday at noon, we meeting, right? This Saturday at noon, we meeting in Stanmore Avenue at 12 o'clock, 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you're not there, you gotta make an excuse and tell us why. Because everybody, we started now. We on an election footing. We ready for them. We organizing the Orange Army. Get on board. This Saturday, we're going to unite this nation. One people under one flag. As Brian Stone say, unity is the answer. What's the question?
wrong with whining on a Indian girl. Nothing wrong with whining on a Chinese girl. Nothing wrong with whining on a African girl. Nothing wrong with whining on a Syrian girl.
If we can unite, it can fix. The only way they could separate and divide and rule us is if we don't unite. Unite the country. Unite this nation. One people under one flag. Red, white, and black. That's our colors. Wake up all yourself now, man. It is Bacchanal Wednesday. I'm loving the messages. Charlene Garcia, yes, they are jerseys. Lima on the thread, Lima McLeod Williamson. Look up, she's in charge of merchandise. Listen to this. If you had no other choice but the PNM and the UNC, the country dead. I sat down in a bakery today having a conversation with a gentleman I was having a meeting with. And this guy came in with his 4 children. It was just a school finish. And it's him and his 4 children. And he managing and he organizing. And we finished our meeting. So we talking our little politics and he asking me, you know, he wanted to know some policies and I'm talking to him education, security, home ownership. And I try to explain to him how stuff working. And in all the balancing his 4 children, this guy jumped in the conversation. And he reached out and he reached in because he said, we're talking and making sense. If you're all serious inside, he said, and he overhear it. He said, well, if what you're saying there is true, I inside. Because the reality is, everything we have now, not working. Not working. Not working. How you deal with crime? Right-size the police, incentivize the police, secure the nation's borders, stop unstuff all containers on the port, end the drug trafficking, end the gun trafficking, end the human trafficking, deal with the crime we have here, dismantle the gangs. There are organizations in the world, they're standing platoon, have more people than we have people in this country that are willing to jump out themselves and help us. They're waiting on a phone call. Yeah, we have some gang issue here. Come on, help me dismantle. This is what they're trained to do. These people training for this morning, noon, and night for years and decades, and they want something to shoot at. They want somebody to shoot back at them. Bring those people here and say, listen, we have some gang problems. Help us dismantle, because I tell you what, I am all for a hand up. I am not for encouraging the nonsense that created the gang culture that almost destroyed this country. We need to face facts. We need help. We need to invite our CARICOM partners, our Commonwealth partners, and our trading partners in the world. That includes people like the United Kingdom and United States. And we have to ask them to come and help us patrol our waters. Sell all them Coast Guard boats. Sell them to Brazil. Apparently Brazil buying. Sell all. Because I want to tell you something. The United Kingdom and the United States and Canada have a vested interest in shutting this country's borders down. They will give us the wall, the razor wire, and the electric fence on the top. Because they don't want cocaine and terrorism passing through Trinidad and Tobago and coming in the country. So they will come and do it for you for free. And you know what they get? They get a chance to shoot and blow crap up. And they want that. They want that. So we could end crime in this country. We could replace this nonsense that passing for a police service, undo and redo with a proper police force. And every one of the 41 constituencies gets its own command center. And all through the constituencies, especially ones that big and far-flung, police posts. police posts, and where we have urban and suburban communities, we have beat cops and we have squad car cops on a beat, on a watch, 24/7. 24/7 until we get like Japan. Japan renting out the police now to work in warehouse and things because they don't work for the police anymore. We can get there in quick time. This crime wave that we have is so we can have justice on time transporting prisoners. This crime wave that we have is to allow for all these companies that supply gun and vests and pepper spray and crime plan galore. We spent nearly $60 billion on national security alone in the last 10 years with nothing to show for it but stunts. We've had blimps and OPVs and all kind of foolishness. The more boats we buy is the more parking space we need because our boats don't see water, you know. Our boats just park up in Chagaramas. We have to face the reality. This country is broken by design. None of it is accidental. All of this is by design. You think if you had a real government and a real commissioner of police in this little 2x4 nation, you couldn't empty the illegal guns in a month? Miss me with that bullshit. Only on games. Trinidad don't qualify to be a county in some of these countries. You think we'd get away with this shit if we was a ward of the United States? Nonsense. So why are we allowing it to happen? Why are we letting them fool us? Why? I don't understand why they're getting away with it. I don't understand why we letting them get away with it. Kamla failed, Rowley failed, Manning failed, Pandey failed, PNM, UNC, same bullshit. Treat them the same way, vote them away. They are making a mockery of this nation. All this sugar can't be good for we. Just check your messages. Want all we foreign-based Trinis come back.
Lord, I pray that some sweet day I will no longer have to roam Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. The problems we have are plain to see. We prove we can stand the scrutiny. All I know that true democracy. How we vote is not how we party.
That's how to change.
Like home, some people say, though some have to leave to make their way, but in their hearts I know their destiny. So come home and big up the country. Sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All this sugar can't be good for me. From Cuba to Signal Hill. Arima to Charlottesville.
The problems that we have in this country are twofold. PNM, UNC. That is the sum total of our problems. If we cure that, we could fix anything else. We could fix anything else. Those two parties, their finances, the power structure, the bandit clans, that conspiracy that has raped this country for 55 years, made a mockery of our democracy. How long we gonna take this? How long we bright? You have the power of the world in your hands now. This is the age of information. They can't lie to you anymore.
Keyboard is playing wrong note in this band of serial politicians. Their lyrics not rhyming.
Some have no sense of timing.
Of parliamentarians. Say people for the powerless, promoting the cause of justice, or what democracy and grace. When the section called to the fore, music run to the core, who arranged the score. It's so impure with the UNC and the BNM and the COP and the political symphony. It's a symphony with the TOP, MSJ and JSC and the political symphony. It's a symphony. Corruption rebuff, say enough is enough. The system will always fail.
Once the big fish not making jail.
No integrity, no morality.
You know what time it is? It is time to face reality. It is time to understand. None of this.
Blackmail, cabal, and invite. Some playing wrong chord
For spite.
of notorious politicians. While Dr. Kublal singing is noise making and booing from this band of parliamentarians. Like a cult pushing one head, singing songs of heartless and dread, wishing for people to dead. With a big rented crowd audience, complimentary to cause disturbance and striking performance. Arrogance with the UNC and the BNM, COP and the political symphony. It's a symphony with the TOP, MSJ and JSC and the political symphony. It's a symphony. Check out the crime rate, the violence inflate, the bandits see us as bait, yet the deadly must still fade. Every night is awake, how much more must we take?
Our reality. Every night is awake. How do you get an answer to this question? One that makes sense. How do we comfort those left behind to mourn all of this? All of this preventable tragedy. All of it. How do we answer that? How do we get to a place where we can make sense of the madness that is life in Trinidad and Tobago? How? We have to face the reality. Sherlock Holmes said, when you remove everything else, I wish I had his exact quote. He said, or when you remove the probable, all that's left is the possible. The reality of our situation is the common thread to the destruction of this nation is the PNM and the UNC. This is a nation blessed by Almighty God. There is no nation more blessed by Almighty God than Trinidad and Tobago. We are located so perfectly on planet Earth that the biggest hurricane in history just passed us wide. Destroyed nations. They don't come near us. If they come near us at all, they fall down and collapse. This nation is blessed by Almighty God. For our location, we're perfect. We're perfect where we are. We have everything we need. It is almost designed to be Eden. And at some point, something came along and cursed this land. Something cursed us and said, look at PNM and look at UNC. Now divide yourselves and be at each other's throats. For what? So that bandits could win? Because we're not racist on the ground. We separate to vote and then we come back to line. What madness is that? What did they do to us? What did they do to us that would convince Kokorit that their condition is normal in a country, hear me, in a country that has spent $500 billion in the last 10 years alone. $500 billion would buy Antigua and Barbuda cash and rebuild those countries. We spent that in 10 years and have nothing to show for it. We have nothing to show for that money. We have nothing. Don't tell me about the waterfront. That is madness. $700,000 a room we pay. Under Manning, we renovated Hilton for the price that could have rebuilt Hilton 4 times. You see that Taruba Stadium that inflated from 136 million to $1 billion so Brian Lara could stunt? That is not the worst of the worst that has happened in this nation. Malcolm Jones, who I wished eternal damnation on, and I could give a shit who poured scorn on me for that. Malcolm Jones cost this nation $3.7 billion for a failed gas to liquid plant that now we could barely get scrap iron price for. $3.7 billion. I want that to sink in. That is nearly 40,000 houses to the people in Kokorit. The money that Malcolm Jones did, the money that he did that with here, that money could have rebuilt the entire Kokorit, look like Westmorelands. The whole of Kokorit could have been nice. Lights, roads, water, front fence, gardening. You're liking up yourself. Courts come in and deliver. The fellow with the newspapers don't mind driving up. He took your money. How do I get you to understand? Prem, wherever your last name is, I say eternal damnation. You did not deserve that money. You and Monilal, but you all must be read somewhere that they really have no God, because if they have a God, I tell you, he waiting. He waiting. If they have a God, he waiting. You can't get away. You can't get away with that. What you all did, Kamla and the UNC, what you all did, you can't get away. They must have a God somewhere to address and deal with that. Let's be real. We are talking a nation that second oil boom was twice the first oil boom, and the first oil boom should have given us money for 100 years. The second oil boom should have given us money for our next 200 years. This country, the people, but we should be so happy. All of we look like Franklin can. All of we walking through town smiling all the time. Because the country should be that happy. It's blessed. We have the best food. We have the best weather. We have the, because I mean, the rain we get is loving rain. It causes flood because we've elected jackasses to office who can't understand how to, no, sorry, I lied to you. It's not that they can't, it's that they won't. Because if they solve problems, they wouldn't be able to be spending the money that they're spending now. So that's what's really going on. So I apologize for calling it they can't. They know what to do. You think I am the only one who know? You know why they vex? You know why PNM and UNC vex? Because I'm telling you how to fix it. Them no long time. Ask them why you didn't fix it. Go ask them. But this Saturday, stop what you're doing. Stick a pin in what you're doing. Come Stanmore Avenue at noon. Come Saturday. Come and join up. Come and sign up. Come and get involved. We have 31 pins on the constituency map. We have 10 more and we're full. Come and get involved. Give me a walk with Peter. I want to be there. Malcolm Jones. Leave Karamat for me. Leave Hafiz and Disalcott. Leave it for me. And Prem. You have to take responsibility for the condition of this country by your vote. I keep saying that. This is how it is because you vote for that. No matter which party is in office, you vote for that. And even if you didn't vote, you vote for that by not voting. You need to understand the power of your vote, your labor and your consumption. The things that you give your energy and attention to, that prospers. We've given our energy and attention to distraction. They can distract us with foolishness. Every time something becoming an issue, we get our cricket or a World Cup or a party or a concert. Stop the foolishness. You are dancing on a sinking ship. This country, we have a responsibility together to stand together to fix it. Because if we don't, we're going to end up worse than anything that we could think of. And that is our truth. And that is our future. There is something coming down the line for this nation if we don't wake up. PNM and UNC cannot be you cannot continue that. That change exchange over. You have to be ready now to take responsibility. You have to. This Saturday at noon, we meet in Stanmore Avenue. Come and sign up for your future, for your children, for your loved ones, for yourself. Come and get involved. Come and be ready to usher in real change. Change that you could use. Come and fix this country from the ground up and from the top down. We have to stand together as one people under one flag. Vote these two mocking pretenders into oblivion and undo and redo this country. That time is now.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can foretell our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting, fail the other dog. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be your thing, pull them out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Put them up with total skull and out of the state. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power.
Terminate the reign.
Let's put our country together again.
peptrendbego@gmail.com. That is our email address. Send everything to there. Send your inquiries, send your complaints, send your suggestions, send your join up. I am, my name, my email address, my telephone number. I am joining your party. I am part of the Orange Army. I am ready for the Orange Revolution. It is time to reboot the Republic. Join me, sign me up. I am here. This is my skill set. I come to the table. If you could make roti or pillar, we love you. If you're an engineer, we hugging you up. Doctor, lawyer, whatever you bring into the table, whatever you bring to the table, we need everybody. You know what you do and what you could do and what you prepare to offer. Come on board. We need fundraising people, constituency. We need to build out on the ground. We have 31 pins on a map, and each one of those pins now have to become an executive in and of its own, with its own communication, fundraising, youth arm, women's arm. We plan to make sure that all 41 constituencies mirror the national executive so that everybody has a clear communication channel, one to the other, in your constituency, which is where you should be concerned. And we say the member of parliament for every constituency should reside in that constituency. They should come from the constituency, and the PEP say so, that all of our candidates for election must be chosen from within the constituency. That way you don't have to go and line up to see your MP and tell him, mosquito biting, your place flooding, they have traffic, we need jobs, the road in a mess. He know, he living there too. He's seeing it. He experiencing it. So that's our rule, that's our policy, and you need to come and be a part of that. Next week we go in Mamaral. 2 weeks from then we go in St. Anne's. Both of those places we open executives. Come and join. Come and sign up. Come and be a part. It is not enough to like this video. It is not enough to love me. I love all the love, you know. Trust me when I tell you, I love it. I love it too bad. I dare with y'all, you know. I dare with y'all. We're going down to the bitter end. And I dare with y'all to the brighter day that come in. But it's not enough to like and love. You have to actually come on board. All of the people that you see talking on this thread, and many, many more. Because the party structure is big. And these are people that work tirelessly to build this party. I had to tell somebody today who said to me how the party has momentum. I said, yes, but it's not me. It's an entire force. We have an Orange Army. These people so committed to their country. They are building a party that will transcend and outlive me. And that is the plan. That is the idea. We stand on ideology, principles, and policy. We want a nation where one people under one flag is not a joke. Every creed and race must find an equal place. An equal place means everybody must be able to own a home. Everybody must be able to afford food. Everybody must get prestige education for their children and proper health care. And everybody must be safe. So safe, this nation becomes the safest nation in the world. We want people who are not from here to lie and say they are. You see how Trinidadians practice Yankee accent? I want Yankees to practice Trini accent. I want Canadians to line up in the snow to get a visa to come here. We need to get back to being the place that this nation was designed and meant to be. Paradise on earth. We can do this. This nation needs an undo and a redo, and it can't be done by just us. It takes everybody, all hands on deck, regardless of your station in life. Come on board, because I promise you, within a quick time, the Progressive Empowerment Party will change this country, will drill down to the lowest rungs and lift everyone up. We plan to make sure that in a quick time, Trinidad and Tobago is the nation it was always meant to be. Yes, if anything that we've discussed tonight moved you to want to be a part of this, come Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, and have more conversation with us. Come and meet the entire team. You'll see, you'll be surprised at the kind of people, the amount of people that are involved. And come and join. Come and see how quickly you become a member of the Orange family. We are going forward together, one people under one flag, and we're meeting this Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Download the PEP app, PEP-APP, on any of the app sites. Our website, peptt.com, for updates. Bookmark that. We're trying to keep ourselves on our communications with you diverse, so that if they shut us down on one thing, we could still reach you through something else. We need to be able to do that. Do you believe that the largest, the party most affecting the national conversation, the Progressive Empowerment Party, the media still blacking us out? You think that is democracy? We need to fix that. We need to make it so that you don't need police permission to come out and march. We need to broaden and deepen this democracy, and we can do it. One people under one flag. Help us, get us into that office, and we will undo and redo and reboot this republic. We take it right back to the Constitution and start over, and we'll build the nation that all of us want to live in and raise our families in. Yes? Until we speak again, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago. Share this video with everybody on your list. Stay safe.